In this tutorial, we'll go over how you can optimize your About page using Schema App. Let's start by going to the Structured Data Editor on the menu. Once in the Structured Data Editor, we're going to want to search for the data type About page. The schema.org vocabulary has a specific data type for marking up your About page. So let's go there, type in About page. Once it comes up, you can go ahead and click on the Create button to get started. Schema App will prompt you to name this data item. In this case, we'll call it the Schema App About page. You want the name to be something that's easy to recognize once it's in your data item list. The URI is the unique reference used by our integrations and is usually the URL of the page that you want code to deploy for. So in this case, it's the Schema App About page URL. Once you click OK, Schema App is going to bring up all the properties for the About page. It'll prompt you if there's any required or recommended fields that are used by Google in order to build their features. In this case, there's no required and recommended fields, and so we'll start with the basic properties. You can start by entering a description, so Schema App About page describes what is Schema App. And the image, again, you want to always reference back to your page and see what is on the page. When you're using schema.org markup, you want to represent what is on the page in the language of the search engines. So in this case, we have our logo. So let's go ahead and copy that image address, and we'll go ahead and paste that in Schema App. Same as, probably doesn't have a good reference here. And the URL, again, is the URL of the page. So we'll go ahead and copy and paste that in. In the About page properties, there's a couple I want to highlight here. The first is the About. This is the subject matter of the content, and it can be any type of thing. So think of this as any type of data item, anything that's in the tree. And so in this case, we're describing Schema App, which is sort of our organization. So we'll type in Schema App since I've followed my instructions and other video tutorials, so I can go ahead and select Schema App. Now, if your About page is about a person, you could also type in the person's name here. So you can see here, we'll put in Mark Van Berkel, since he's been described here. And let's say you're just getting started and you're starting with your About page. You can use the down arrow and it'll prompt you to create a new data item. So create a new data item. And in this case, let's say the page was about me. So we'll put Martha Van Berkel. We'll leave the identifier, actually, we'll put it as the About page. And then I'll put a hashtag Martha Van Berkel. So what this is saying is that this Martha Van Berkel is described on this page, but I need to use a hashtag in order to differentiate it from the main About page, which in order for it to be unique. So the identifier here is going to be the About page, but I'm going to use the hashtag Martha Van Berkel at the end to make it unique. Under the type, this is a person. So I'm going to select person. For the type, whatever you're describing, you want to make sure you're as specific as possible. And you may want to just search through the schema.org vocabulary in order to identify what that most specific thing is. So we'll go ahead and click on OK. What we've done here now is created a connected data item in Schema App. And once we're done filling out everything on this page, we're going to go and edit that and add details about Martha Van Berkel. The other piece that may be appropriate for your About page is associated media. So this is a media object that encodes this creative work. So something that maybe there's a song, maybe there's additional videos. You can go ahead and select a media object here. There is also a video, embedded image video here. And so let's say we wanted to highlight a video. Our About page doesn't have a video, but I'll do it for this example. I'd want to go ahead and create a video object. So we'll go ahead and say create data object, Martha's rapping video. And if there's a URI, we can just leave that as the basic one because we're going to go ahead and detail it more when we edit that video object. So again, the key things here are making sure that you have the basic properties, about, in this case, it's an organization, or a person. Oh, it can also be a topic. So let's add that in. So you can go ahead and add another one here and create a data item. And let's say we were talking about digital marketing. Maybe there's something about our company or about our About page that's just really getting really narrow on a specific topic. What you can do here is use a Wikipedia reference. So you can actually search for Wikipedia and digital marketing. And here you would go ahead and pull up that URL and use that as your identifier. So I'd go ahead and put that in my identifier. I think I'll just leave it as a topic. Let's see if I can put topic. I think I might just leave it as a generic thing. So we'll type in thing. All right, and click OK. So let's go ahead and save changes. Now you can see it's calling out and referencing these kind of connected pieces of information. And so we added Martha Van Berkel. So if we wanted to add more details about who is Martha Van Berkel and what details are on that about page, I can go ahead and click on edit. And here I am sort of being asked sort of details about Martha. So I could put things such as, has a role or owns, has my address, etc. So this is sort of for a person and being able to go ahead and articulate what it is about that person. I can save it. I can then go back to the Schema App About page, and I can go and now add the details about the video. And so when the video comes up, it'll have, again, if there's a Google feature that requires it, it'll have required and recommended fields. And then I can go ahead and fill out those required, recommended, and basic properties in order to detail out what the video is, where's the content URL, when was it uploaded, etc. And then I'll go ahead and save that, and I'm done. If you're using our integrations, after you click on save, the JSON LD is produced and then pulled in by the WordPress API, Google Tag Manager, JavaScript API, or other integrations. If you want to cut and paste it, you can go ahead and click on Actions, Get JSON LD, and pull the JSON LD from there. So that's how you optimize your About page.